Welcome, welcome, welcome to the PantyNectar podcast. Good morning, good evening, whatever time it is while you are listening. I want to say thank you for joining. If you are new here, I want to say thank you so much. I really appreciate you clicking on that PantyNectar podcast link wherever it was and checking in. If you are an existing PantyNectar podcast listener, then I also want to say thank you so much. You already know the deal. Laying in bed, doing the podcast with Mr. P.
Thank you so much, PantyNectar, for having me today. This evening, is it morning? Is it night?
Is it
I don't know.
Afternoon?
I don't know. It just depends on when and where you're listening. I want to thank you for having me today. I am very pleased to be wearing a nice plush blue robe that I'm debuting here on the podcast. And it feels great to be here in bed with you. So thank you so much for having me.
When he got that robe, I'm not going to lie, for a split second there, I was like, I think that one of the first things that I said to you was, so you didn't order me a robe too?
That was, I think, the very first thing you said to me, as a matter of fact.
But then I know that you are a man that loves certain things, and I think being comfortable is one of those things, and I think like a robe is so fitting for you, so I'm happy for you.
Yeah, well, being here, I was kind of just waking up in the morning, and that we have tile in the living or in our bedroom, or all throughout the house actually, so like it's not cold here, but I get up in the morning and my feet would touch the floor. We keep it cold in the house. It's 68 degrees. I think people are gonna shit if they hear that.
Yeah.
But I mean, we actually have the AC on, so this is to keep me warm from the AC and not the cold weather outside. So
yeah, I love it.
Nonetheless, how are you, my dear?
I'm good. So I just wanted to kind of talk all things dick tonight.
Dick. All things dick.
So I just wanted to maybe hear your side of a few topics that I have regarding that.
Well, shoot, absolutely.
I think the first question that I have is, does size matter?
Well, I think that's a question for you, babe, not me. I mean, does size matter?
Do you think, I guess the question that I have for you then is, do you think your size matter? Like, does that affect you? Does size matter? Does that something you hear in your head?
That's a great question, because I think being a guy growing up, like I think how could you not fucking think about the size of your dick?
Right.
I mean, that's just a part of it. You're like, damn, okay. But then
damn, okay. Hanging fat there.
But
nice.
But I mean, you just realize, I mean, your dick is what you're fucking born with.
Right.
You know what I mean? There's really not much changing that outside of surgery and, certain, maybe a few other things. But for your conventional type enhancement scenario, you are what you're born with as far as your cock size. But it's the truth. But I just never wrapped myself up in that, I don't know. I guess maybe when I was younger, I kind of would think about it, but now I just really it doesn't cross my mind. But I do know that a lot of guys do. I get messages from guys on OnlyFans and Reddit periodically. As a matter of fact, there was one probably a week or two ago that was, someone's whole identity was wrapped up in the size of their penis, and it's I understand why that could be. We all have different things we think of, not just the size of your dick. I mean, there's some serious mental illnesses that go on, but I think that dick size should not be one of those. So if you got a fucking big dick, good for you, good on you. If you got a small dick, fucking suck it up, fucking move on.
I think I know we hear a lot of people that are almost discouraged to go to nude beaches or even to share intimate parts about themselves because they're worried that their dick's not good enough or not big enough. I don't know. I think it's good enough is the word to use, because I think that just is like a general overall of like, let's just be honest, and that's what it is. You don't think you will satisfy if
Right.
you're not that giant size.
Right.
And I think like that is the most disappointing thing ever, because like as a woman, and like saying here on this podcast, like size to me really doesn't matter. You think that like girls want this like 10-inch dick, and I can tell you right now, I used to date a guy that had a huge dick, and it was not enjoyable. I like got scared every time he took it out. I'm not even kidding. Like I'm like, my insides would be worried, because I'm like, here we go again. Yeah. So, I think that this whole stigma around like, you know what I like? I like a nice thick dick.
Yeah.
I think that that's so hot because it can fill everything. And it is so nice to feel like a real thick dick throbbing in your mouth, like when it's coming.
Yeah.
That feels good.
I can only imagine, babe. I just know that I love having my dick in your mouth so when it's coming. And I surely enjoy that.
Yeah, I do too, for sure. Yeah. So I don't think dick size matters. And I think like if you're worried about what other people are going to say or think about you, and that's stopping you from making decisions in your life, then I think that you should fucking drop that and just do whatever you want, because guess what? People are going to talk about you no matter what. That's just how things go. Let's be real here. That's how things go.
Well, you have an insecurity. He has an insecurity. She has an insecurity. Everybody has it. Just, like you said, just let it go. And what are you going to do? Not have sex because you have a small cock, or not have sex? That's what it was. The guy that reached out to me a week or two ago, he was saying he had a big dick, right? And he was saying that he just felt like didn't know if he was adequate enough, meaning when he was having sex with his partners, he was thinking that since he had, that their perception of it would be, hey, you got this big dick, you're about to fuck me really good. Mm-hmm. And he felt like after he had sex with them that he was just letting them down.
Oh, that sucks.
Right. So I'm not necessarily sure that's a cock size problem, right? I mean, maybe that's a stamina problem, or maybe that's just a problem of connecting with your partner.
I was about to say a connection problem, possibly, because that sucks.
Yeah. I think I told you this story. One of my buddies I was in the Marine Corps with, he was my best friend. We were roommates. He went back home one weekend and he calls me one morning. It's like 2-3 o'clock, drunk as fuck. And he's all pissed off because this girl who he had been going back home to see every weekend, he's so excited about, they're kind of dating. Mm-hmm. They have sex that night that he called me, and he's like, yeah, man. He's like, I'm having sex with this girl, and she tells me, she stops me right. He's like, I'm on top of her, fucking her. And she stops me, and she calls him by his name. She goes, I just can't feel you.
Oh. Oh, what did he do?
He said he was fucking like, stop. It was like, he didn't even know what to say.
Did he have a small dick?
I don't think so.
So what was going on?
Well, his thought process was, wait a second. Can you not feel my dick? Or are you saying you can't feel me emotionally, which I'm getting back to that guy's thing.
Oh, yeah.
And I think it was a connection thing. And that was this guy.
I was like,
yeah.
ooh.
Yeah. It was a shot to the ego.
Yikes.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that was all things dick that I had questions about. So thank you for covering that with me. Next thing I want to go over is it was actually a message I received from someone today on one of my platforms. And they had asked if I would talk about this specific kink. And I thought it'd be really hot to talk about.
Let me guess.
What?
Pegging.
No.
Everybody wants to talk to you about pegging. lately.
The
It's like,
comments
holy
are about to
fuck.
blow up on our live stream right now. Jesus.
Okay, so it's something other than pegging.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
So
I'm excited to hear this.
I wanted to talk about, the specific kink was panty sniffing.
Ooh,
Okay.
yeah.
But I wanted to talk about all things that kind of revolve around that whole like panty sniffing thing, because I think there's a lot more that goes into it. And I know that you recently received some panties from a friend.
Right.
And I think it was like the panty sniffing thing that I think that's really hot. But I think like what I also find hot is like when you take those panties and you have them like around your dick and stuff.
Yeah.
That's so hot. And like just rubbing all over.
Yeah. So I don't know. It's just one of those, that's definitely one of those kinks that I just think it's fucking, I don't know if it's the primal nature of it or, it's
Right.
like pheromones and shit,
Yeah.
like fucking
Very alpha-y.
yeah, like DNA from 20,000 BC being activated like that, like fucking caveman. Here we go, I don't know. There's just something about pain. I personally, I've always had I'm not going to say panty fetish because it's not necessarily a fetish, right? Like but it's a fascination and like I appreciate sexy panties. You know what I mean? And so I love getting little gifts like that. And I know you and I as a couple, we've played with panties in our sex
Several different ways.
yeah. So we have a lot of fun with that. And I don't know. I think the whole panty sniffing thing, I think is sexy as fuck.
Yeah. Yeah, I think so too. I think there was also one time where we were somewhere kind of more public-y, and you had told me to like take my panties off and like leave them in a certain place.
Oh yeah, I was like, where? Yeah,
And you would find them, and I think like being in that spot and like taking those panties off and your heartbeat is just like boom, 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 boom. And it's like racing and it's so deep. And then seeing you go like retrieve those panties, like that's so fucking just the whole interaction that goes like not even just the act, like everything that goes into that is so sexy.
Yes, we did like it was kind of like a fucking PantyNectar geocaching for panties, right?
I love
Right?
that. Yes, I love that. That's exactly what it was.
Yeah, and so you would leave panties in various locations, and you would leave clues, or you would just outright tell me, "Hey, they're right here," or you would leave a picture, and it was always up to me to go find them, and I had a 100% success rate. I must say.
That was fun. So much fun.
I found them every fucking time.
I think there was one time like I was in your car, a few months after we had started getting together, and I was in your car and I'm like looking through your glove department, your middle glove box, and I'm like, I think I don't remember exactly what I was looking for. I don't know exactly what I was looking for, but
yeah. So you're just digging through my car. That's
you weren't in there. And I remember finding
new boyfriend. Who the fuck is this guy really? Oh, let me go dig
let
through
me
his
check
shit.
it out. Oops. But I remember finding like my yellow panties in your glove box, and I was like, okay, all right.
Yeah, I remember. I just stuff.
You had them
right.
everywhere. You had them all over your house.
Yeah. That was one of the first pairs of panties, I think.
Yeah, the yellow ones. You ripped them off.
I did rip those off. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's hot as fuck.
Yeah, that was nice.
I love that panty stuff.
Yeah, definitely panty fans.
Well, that's why you're PantyNectar, babe. I mean, what else?
What can I say?
If people just knew, I mean, let's show the live listeners. Hold on, I'm just gonna 1 second.
Oh goodness, what are you doing?
Just panties on the floor.
I can't help it. I just take,
See,
you know.
let me put the headphones back on real
Okay.
quick. And get the microphone back over here. So I just got up and just went and retrieved something I saw her, and I'm showing the listeners live right here, the ones that are tuning in on the live stream. They can see these sexy ass panties that PantyNectar just takes off and leaves everywhere. And it's just like,
I do. I leave
oh
them
my
everywhere.
God, it's amazing. It's amazing.
You know, I'm always like working out. I get sweaty and I got to change my panties. So I just kind of do it all over the house. I don't know.
And they get fucking soaked.
They do. It's hot in Florida too.
Very hot. So what else has been going on in the world of PantyNectar?
So things have been going really good in the world of PantyNectar. I cannot complain. I'm very grateful. And speaking of grateful, I actually wanted to highlight someone that had wrote into me. And I was very, very appreciative for the time that they took out of their day to write me this message. You know, like I've said before on this podcast, I read every single message. I respond to as many people as I possibly can. But if you know anything about PantyNectar, I do as much as I can for all of you guys. So I'm all over the place. So I read everything that's sent to me everywhere. And this one specific person was from OnlyFans, and they wrote me and said, hi, PN. I'm going to skip around a little bit to not read all the messages, just kind of get to the point. But they said, up until the end of last year, my wife and I were mired in an almost 7-year-long dead bedroom. I won't bore you with the details, but it was a self-fulfilling prophecy of rejection leading to withdrawal of affection, which led to rejection. ... You get the idea. Anyway, with the help of the relationship side of Reddit, I was able to initiate conversations that led us to getting our sex life back. Since then, I started looking at Not Safe for Work Reddit, and I found your post. Obviously, I found you attractive, but there was also something about the tone of your post that spoke to me. Yes, the pictures were sexy, but the way you seemed to be giving us a glimpse of you living your best life instead of just trying to titillate just set you apart from others on Reddit. So, of course, I started leaving comments, then joined the Discord and free OnlyFans. Around the same time, I started posting some silly memoirs to Reddit story subs, and I showed my wife, which resulted in her making an account and stalking my profile, where she found my comments on your post. This could have gone very badly for me. Fortunately, she liked the way I tried to make you laugh instead of being straight up thirsty. She was also surprised that you actually replied to me. I showed her your OnlyFans, and we decided to subscribe to your Platinum together. I joked that she has a girl crush on you, but Mr. P, being a handsome devil with a big cock, more than likely doesn't hurt either. Let me skip. We've spent many evenings in bed scrolling your content. You can leave that up to your imagination, but watching you and Mr. P live is a very different experience to watching a video. She's also picked up tips from you. Things have changed for us the past few months, and we've never been happier with each other in the bedroom. I really think it's due to a big part to you and your content. What you provide is so much more than porn. It's a message you spread, the way you interact with your fans, even on the free platforms like Reddit, the Discord community you built, and now the podcast. You never preach that this is how you should live, and if you don't, you're doing it wrong. Instead, you showcase your free spirit and lifestyle. We look at you and Mr. P and think we could have some of that too. Oh, that makes me want to cry. Oh my God, that's so sweet. Jeez. And I've already read this a few times. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
No, that's just like.
How do you feel about that, PantyNectar? Why are those tears?
I know.
Right
Oh
there?
my God. I'm such a baby. No, I'm just like, I'm so appreciative, because if people understood like what I have gone through and what you and I have gone through to be, I'm so sorry I'm crying. Oh my God, what is wrong
You
with
guys
me?
got her crying
I
over here
know.
on camera on a
Oh my God,
live
and there's not even
podcast.
a
Here we
dick in
go.
my mouth.
Oh my
Yeah.
goodness.
No, but like I thank you.
You're welcome.
I have just grown so much as a person, and this is really sappy for porn, but I feel like I'm out here to provide so much more than that. Excuse me.
You're
I
fine. Take your time. Take your time.
I think that what I'm here is for people like that, that person, like they saved their marriage, and they're the happiest they've ever been. To me, like that's all I want for everyone. That's all I want for you and I. That's all I want for everyone listening or for everyone watching right now. That's all I want for anyone. And I'm so, 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 so grateful. It makes me very appreciative that like this is what I'm doing, and like I have lost a lot of people in this process. It has not been easy. And this just like reminds me every day how much it's worth it. And I'm just so grateful.
Yeah. Who would have thought that that you
Right.
would have had that much of an impact when you first started this? And I know you've interacted with that guy and a little bit with his wife, I believe,
Yeah.
in the Discord. I think she's in the Discord server, and two just amazing people. And hell, they're all the way over in Europe.
Yeah.
To think that they're literally in Europe, and two people that you had no clue existed. They had no clue you existed prior to a year or two ago, whatever it's been. And
Yeah.
here it is, and they have used PantyNectar as a vehicle to better themselves. You didn't make them better. They have done it for themselves. It's the
Right.
accountability they took upon themselves to make themselves better people. But they used PantyNectar to see like, hey, like I could be like that. We could be like that. That gives us something to shoot for. And I'm not sure I ever thought that would have been what you'd be hearing, when you first started. But I do know the impact you're having on fans literally around the world, and it's great to see. And I know your fan base is very passionate and very supportive of you, and I know that they know that you fully support them and engage with them and just love them. So
Right.
it's a mutually beneficial relationship that's just based on kindness and love and giving and absolutely no expectations.
And I think the best thing is like, excuse me, I sound so stuffy now. I think the best part about it is like those two people took the time to like realize that they needed to learn how to communicate and be on the same page as each other. And I can tell you right now that like the people that are not in my life and like are not in a good place with me currently, they've never communicated with me or talked to me about anything like that. So like that takes a really big person to be able to drop your ego and understand that there's a problem, and then kind of humble yourself and figure out how to solve that problem with the person that you love. And I really think that that's not even a lesson that you should take into your intimate relationships. I think that's also a lesson you should take into the friendships in your life as well. Like you should treat people with love and learn how to communicate. And people don't talk like you do or receive love like you do or any of those things. So I think that's an important a lesson learned to learn overall, really.
100%, 100%. And I think you keep doing what you're doing, preaching love and spreading your message of love and
being fine as hell while I do it.
and sucking some dick along the way, and everybody's going to be happy, And
Yes.
I can't think of a better way to live life than live it full of love, full of happiness, full of great fucking sex, and get rid of the bullshit. What more else could you want?
Yeah, it's
I'm happy with that.
amazing. Well,
So thank you so much, baby.
do you have anything else you want to cover before we close out?
I don't. I just want to thank you and thank your incredible fans for, for you for having me here and your fans for listening and letting me join you here. It's a great pleasure and a great honor to be a part of PantyNectar. It's pretty cool.
I am so grateful that you all took the time to listen to the end. I am so excited to share with you some amazing things that are coming up in PantyNectar. I am working hard on getting our website perfected. If you guys have been in and out of it, you've kind of seen it growing a little bit here and there. But I've been working on some things behind the scenes and I'm hoping to bring them to you soon. And I don't want to share too much or give too much away just yet. But I'm very excited for, what I'm going to be bringing.
And you started writing too, right?
Yes.
You started writing the blog again.
So that is something I can share. A little fun fact about me, I love to write. And it's just like freestyle, let things flow how they flow, stuff like that. So I decided I'm going to start up a blog and start, just getting some things out. I don't know what those things are going to be. I just know they're going to be worth reading. They'll be intimate, and I hope that you'll take the time to check them out.
Sounds good, Miss PantyNectar. I appreciate you having me here, love.
All right. Until next time.
See ya.
That's a wrap.